Welcome. Wow, I'm seeing things. Thank you. Okay. I know it's been a little bit long time. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm coming here with more Q&A questions about Sri Yantra and obviously sharing my progress with Sri Yantra meditations. Even if it's just once a month, I believe it's a lot. Wait, where is it? My drink, my sacred drink. That's how you purify everything. Okay. Oof, I think I have something in my eyes. Let's start. Last week, I did quite serious meditation that I haven't done for a long while. And what I mean by serious meditation, I mean that I did a proper fast. No food, no water, no drinks. And it just happened that I ended up experiencing things that I'm not sure shall I say in, yeah. Okay, let's go with why Sri Yantra is a map of your consciousness. As always, Sri Yantra is beyond and through duality. When we are practicing Sri Yantra Trataka, which is the main practice that I'm doing and that I'm teaching everybody here to do Trataka meditation with Sri Yantra and getting into trance states, and then what will happen from there, where will it take you. So when we're doing Sri Yantra Trataka, we are playing between this duality because there's two sides. One side is you and one other side is Sri Yantra. So if you are in the observer side, Sri Yantra will start moving, will become telling you a story, visions. You will see things coming. It will not take you to places in this situation unless you surrender and go to the flight. So you are no longer in the observer, you are on the flowing and surrender. That's how it takes you to other different places. But if you're in the observer state, Sri Yantra is literally a map of your consciousness because it depends on your multidimensional capability of meditating with the Bindu. It depends on how much depth of observation can you handle, and all of that will give you a result of the Sri Yantra moving. So let's say if you have a certain limited, we all are humans, we are limited in our physical body, but if let's say we are limited to X points, our views, so we are going to be looking at Sri Yantra within that limited spectrum, okay? And the Sri Yantra is going to be showing us visions and things that we will translate back within our understanding of this spectrum. So it's fully depending on us how far the Sri Yantra can take us, depending on our ability of how much we can handle, our consciousness can handle. So from here, we can say that Sri Yantra, it is a map of your consciousness, because the more you practice with Sri Yantra, the more it will reveal to you, and the more you will understand that your consciousness, your awareness is expanding to be able to grasp more and more concepts and realizations. So yes, Sri Yantra is a map of your consciousness. Okay, next questions. I received one question about portraits. This is an interesting question because I think we should not be doing something as per how is being told. We should be doing something as per how we feel. Our actions should match our emotions in order to achieve the purity of whatever we are doing, our purpose, right? We are here to have a purpose in this life. So if we are matching our actions to our feelings and emotions, we are living to the maximum. Okay, if you are praying, doing offerings to Sri Yantra, doing portraits to Sri Yantra because it's being told you to do so, or because you grew up and saw everybody doing so, reconsider your approach and start from the beginning. Like, drop it all and try to develop feeling wise with the Sri Yantra. And from there, you will surrender into a certain flow that will automatically bring you to the portraits, to the offerings, to, like, you will start having all of this from your own inner devotion and willingness to connect to this divine, rather than having this being told to you from the external sources. So yes, so I do obviously portraits. I haven't done them in the beginning when I was just, I mean, my story with Sri Yantra was, I never did portraits to any god visual because I never felt any connection with anybody. But these portraits and this, like, going all the way down makes sense when you have a feeling. If you are not doing it with a feeling, it has no sense at all. In the end, is the feeling and the intention that you have. You can even skip all this physical portraiture as long as in your mind you are, I bow to you fully. My whole being is bowing to your divine, right? So you need to reach that level of devotion, surrender, and, you know, to do the bowings, to do the portraits. If you're doing for other reasons because everybody else is doing it, it's a nonsense. It's a nonsense. You're following somebody else's journey rather than yours. So yeah, I never did any bowings to any god until I experienced something divine and I understood that there is something, and it just came from me to do that portraits and the bowings. So yes, let's say if you connect with angels, if you had an angelic encounter, or fairies, or, I mean, you are working with demonic entities, or, I mean, by saying demonic entities, I'm saying with energies that, you know, there is an exchange, okay? Because there is always a misinterpretation in this field. Transcend beyond the good and bad if you're working with Sri Yantra. So anything that you're feeling true devotional or true part of it, bring it to your session with Sri Yantra, and you can invite those presents and bow to those presents, and then start your practice to Sri Yantra, and then just flow from there. But don't do portraits or bowings to Sri Yantra unless it's truly coming from there, right? So when it's truly coming, sometimes it's not even just this portrait. Sometimes it's a full, like, I'm falling on the floor and I am part of the floor. I am at the feet of I'm bowing my whole body, soul, energy, everything to the divine because of what I experienced. And other days, I just bow mentally, and there's no rights and wrongs, right? As long as you're doing it as per your feeling, purely, you're doing it right. There's no rights and wrongs. Okay. What are the changes and progress with Trataka meditation with Sri Yantra? Okay. Trataka meditation with Sri Yantra. I said many times already that just by looking at the Sri Yantra, its arrangement of sacred geometries, it gets imprinted in your subconscious mind. I'm having a Sri Yantra here, so I'm looking at it right now. Gets imprinted on your subconscious mind, and just by the mere fact of looking at the bindu, your whole matrix of energies is getting rearranged back into harmony. When you are in harmony, you are like on the wave of the universe. Everything is helping you out, right? When you are not in harmony, you are facing challenges in life, whether financial, physical, with sickness, ailments, mental challenges. So doing Sri Yantra Trataka helps you to be in harmony with the universal energies. It rearranges you. From there, it heals you farther on, more long term. And because it heals you, it also affects how you start perceiving the world around you, how you start behaving with people around you, and of course, how you behave, it's what you receive back. That's by how you feel inside, that's what you feel outside, that's what you see outside as well. So the more you work with Sri Yantra Trataka and you are experiencing love or devotion, or you're going through using Sri Yantra as a shadow tool and going through your shadows and demons and all these dark sides of you, which every one of us has, because duality, again, all of this we bring into our daily life, and it directly impacts us. We also develop patience. Like, one of the things from my example that I learned with Sri Yantra, and I am still learning, is patience. I am a very impatient person. I was a very impatient person. And, you know, I the one that I could drop something, not going further if I'm not feeling any result and I'm not interested into that. But Sri Yantra showed me patience for divine. And this patience is being paid off exponentially as time goes by. So this quality I bring now on my day-to-day life, and I start taking decisions and choices, actions that are more on long-term thinking that are just short-term pleasure. And you know, society nowadays with internet and, you know, phones, technologies and all that, everything is about short term. It's very quick. We want short term right now. We purchase right away online. We eat whatever we want right away. We do whatever we want right away. We buy anything. So everything is short term, and we forget to think long term, right? Our decisions of food, our decisions of relationships, our decisions of career, profession-wise, are not going that far as it should be going. We should be thinking generational-wise, not just in the now. So this is something that I found in myself, that once I started doing Sri Yantra Trataka, it just completely changed something that I was born with the issue of patience and just being in the now and not thinking what comes in the next second. And living my best life, it's totally fine. But, you know, you always need to have a balance, okay? In order to transcend any duality, in order to master anything in life, you need to master balance. So I was very, very, very impatient. And I was born with that. So it literally brought that into balance, and I started taking decisions. I'm thinking now 10 years in advance, 20, 50 years in advance, generational wise in advance. And when I start taking it, now every decision I take has purpose, and it's much more fulfilling. And yeah, so Sri Yantra has lots of benefits. This is the benefits that I experimented, and yeah, you may experiment some other benefits. For sure, you're gonna experiment other benefits as well. Okay. The topic of surrender. I have a couple of more topics, but I think I'm gonna make another video about this. Surrender. This is a big one. So for example, I'm gonna bring an example. There are people that always need to have everything under control. And this is, I think, the other side. Like, let's say if I was impatient, I am the one that is flowing the most, right? I'm not thinking the next second, and I am surrendering to whatever brings my life. But there is also the other side of the coin, right? The other side is somebody who really plans far, and makes sure that things go as per their views, as per their ideas, as per their goals. This type of people, they have usually hard time surrendering. Sri Yantra teaches you surrendering because there's gonna be moments where, let's say you're facing your shadows, your own limitations of your mind, your own built up nightmares. I'm talking as per my experience always. And in those moments, it's gonna be crucial to detach in order to not lose your mind completely. So obviously, when you detach, there is no other way than you learn how to surrender. I mean, you need to surrender in order to detach. You need to find a way where can you put your trust, your faith, to be able to let go of absolutely everything and still have something to hold on to, right? Like, make your faith in divine something to hold on to. Surrender, it's a stage of Sri Yantra Trataka. It's gonna be, if you go deeper into the practices, you will have to master surrendering. It's a similarity between Sri Yantra and the ether element Akash, space, right? It's this ether, which is the layer of Divine Mother. This layer is what makes the Sri Yantra. This is how Sri Yantra is created. The recording of this layer, outer layer of Divine Mother, is the Sri Yantra. So in order to reach Divine Mother, which for some can be translated Divine Father, there is no like rights and wrongs. It's both because it's still part of duality. In order to transcend duality, you need to go through this divine polar, either mother or father. And in order to reach there, you need to be able to surrender and to let go of all the illusions of this physical world and this Maya, this Lila. Whatever last thought you have before crossing this passage is literally an illusion. The last biggest attachment that you are going to be dealing before reaching Divine Mother is the attachment to your breath. So there is a big topic on breathless states with Sri Yantra that maybe I will have to do it another video, or just like, maybe I will write it down one day. But yeah, breath, before surrendering and letting go the need of breath, you have one last attachment in your mind. That last attachment is an illusion that you will have to transcend in order to let go of the breath attachment. The moment you let go of the breath attachment, you cross the passage, you become one with Mother, and then there is no I. I mean, there is only one. And when there is one, there is none. And this is like the ultimate, final duality that you have to transcend to understand that even this divine mother or father that is creating this whole thing is still part of duality. And once you transcend that, you see what's next. Okay, so yes, surrender is part of your progress with Sri Yantra meditations, depending on where you're aiming to. But if you're going for deeper progress, surrender is a main thing, because you're gonna have to surrender quite a few times to big things in order to go farther into the practices and farther realizations and ultimate liberation. Next question, how Sri Yantra brings abundance? I mean, this is very simple. When you're doing Sri Yantra Trataka, any meditation, any practice with Sri Yantra, you are pushing your boundaries of your own mind. Every time, no matter in which field, through exercise, through meditation, however you choose to push the boundaries of your mind, you are gonna evolve, you are gonna grow, and life is gonna improve. Because you're gonna realize that ultimately you are the only one responsible for whatever is happening in your life. Whatever things you are living right now is the result of, your situations, your life, your actions, your feelings, your emotions, and your decisions and everything. So working with Sri Yantra, obviously, if you grow with Sri Yantra, if there is a progress, that progress will also translate into the physical life, and not just physical wise, but also financial wise, mentally, emotionally wise. And depending on which stage you reach through Sri Yantra progress, it will mirror your day-to-day life as well. So if, let's say, you reach a stage of where you become one with mother and you understand that everything is part of that one, you will bring that back to your day-to-day life, and you will become more kind, will become more generous, will become more, your heart chakra will open, okay? And in result of that, you will be getting, universe will be start bringing to you coincidences, situations, realities that are aligned to that open heart chakra. Things that will make you feel good will start coming into your life because you reached that state through Sri Yantra. Now, let's say you reach a state with Sri Yantra where you realize that before becoming one, or maybe the arrangement is differently for every soul. Let's say you realize that you are the one that is controlling, that is influencing in real time the visuals of the Sri Yantra. So you have a realization on real time that you are responsible of whatever is happening, of whatever you're seeing in the Sri Yantra. So that realization, you're going to bring that to your present life, and you're going to understand that whatever you're thinking right now, whatever you're feeling right now, will have, an effect on that. Cause and effect. Loss, cause and effect. So if you get into that stage with Sri Yantra, you will start being more responsible in life. If you get into the state of oneness with Sri Yantra, you will not even be able to kill an ant unwillingly. Okay? Talking by experience. Yeah, so Sri Yantra does bring abundance because expanding your boundaries of your mind, of your ideas, means that you are stepping out of your comfort zone. When you're thinking big and having faith or just flowing, things are gonna get better. There's no other way. There's no other way. And I mean, if I could say just one message for whoever is listening this video until the end, which I know that I speak many times a lot and about nothing and everything at the same time. Stop looking for signs outside of you. Stop looking for finding, I don't know, this video. This is not a video for you, so this is a sign for you. Okay? Stop looking for signs outside of yourself. The only sign that is valuable for you is that your heart is beating, you are breathing, and you have a mind of your own. That should be enough. That should be more than enough for you to start taking ownership and responsibility of your own life and the reality that you build actively with every single action and emotion and thought that you are having. So, one step at a time, do the things that feel good for you and have faith in divine. Everything is for the best.